Thanks for watching Jake 3D. Today I'm going to unbox the Corsair CX850M power supply, Semi Modular Power Supply. Enjoy! Thanks for watching Jake 3D. Today I'm going to unbox the Corsair CX850M Semi Modular Power Supply. So I picked this up from Best Buy about 6 months to a year ago. I think it was about 50 or 60% off. And it is semi modular. You can see how on the box here. Actually, we'll pull it open and look at it that way. This does come with black zip ties, so that is going to be much better for mounting than the zip ties that came with the case. However, it should be fine because I actually picked these up as well from Walmart. Comes with your standard PC power cord. And here we have the modular tables, so that you never have to plug in more than you need, so your case isn't cluttered with a bunch of extra cables. Power supply itself. I've discovered that sound only works if you turn it on. Cheat sheet on the back. So this power supply is semi-modular because the ATX power, or the 24+4 or 28 pin connection to the motherboard, as well as the CPU 4+4 or 8 pin connection for the CPU power, is attached to the power supply, whereas the rest of the cables are not attached. You can attach those as needed, so you don't have a lot of extra cables running throughout the case that are unnecessary. The cables that come with it, you have two cables that are for SATA power. They have four SATA power ports on them, and one connection to the power supply. And it just goes right in real easily, and it is keyed, so you're not going to put it in the wrong way unless you really damage something. You got to really force it to do that as well. You also get two Molex connections, Molex connector wires. These right here have old style Molex, 4-pin Molex. 3 of those plus 1 of the smaller Molex, so 4 connections on this as well. And again, just 2 of these cables. And then you have your PCI power cables, or PCI-E power cables. These right here have the one 8-pin that goes into the power supply, and it has a 6+2. It actually has two 6+2. These will plug into your graphics card, some USB expansion cards, some of your RAID cards, similar cards like that that need a lot of extra power. You're going to use this for. In a SLI configuration with the GTX 1080 and 1070, you're only going to need one of these, so you don't need both for one card. You can actually do two cards with just one of these cables, assuming you can get it to reach between both cards. Whereas your 900 series, you're going to need both of these if you're doing an SLI configuration with two cards or more. So that's going to be pretty helpful when it comes to putting in the power supply, putting in the graphics cards, that is. The power supply is 160 millimeters long, 150 millimeters wide, and 86 millimeters tall or deep. So with this power supply, it should be small enough to fit in the case and still allow me to put that additional intake or exhaust fan in the bottom. So that should work out pretty well. It also has a real large fan on here, so it's gonna be nice and quiet as far as... It also has a real nice large fan on here, so it's gonna keep it nice and cool. The logo on here is gonna be faced up, whether you put it in this way or this way. So I can do intake from the bottom or intake from inside the case without messing up the logo. I could actually remove the logo, but don't know if I'm gonna do that. One thing that I really love about these types of power supplies is when they come with a power switch, a manual cutoff switch on the back here. So if you're unable to shut down the PC for whatever reason, you should still be able to hold the power button and shut it off after 5 seconds. But in any case, this is a nice way to just shut it off, just hard kill the power without unplugging it. So this is a feature that I really love in power supplies. Also, if I'm gonna go out of town for some reason, I usually shut this off so that your Ethernet doesn't turn on your computer from the internet, which doesn't happen very often, but it can happen, especially if you got a Trojan or a hack on your computer. So it's just real nice to shut that off if you're out of town. So that is the Corsair CX850M Semi Modular Power Supply. I've left a link in the description for a similar power supply, as well as a little bit more budget power supply, in case you're looking to get a new power supply or build a new case. If you enjoyed this unboxing, go ahead and leave a like on this video. Also, leave a comment down below in the description. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Would you have chosen a different power supply? Would you unbox this in a different way? Hey, is there a different item that you want to see me unbox next? Let me know. Again, as always, thanks for watching Jake 3D, and I'll see you in the next one. And go ahead and hit that subscribe if you haven't already.